Right, hello lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where today the Celts are back in action and it appears yet again we will be strikerless. That's amazing if you ask me. But before we go any further, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to help the channel grow and it would support me heaps, and I'd be forever indebted to you guys. So, off to Ross County we go. An away day to Dingwall is in store for the lads and a bunch of you guys up there in Glasgow. So it is an imperative match that we get all 3 points. As we're all very aware, every single match nowadays for Celtic is a must 3 points. If you take anything less from that, it's a disappointment, as we all are aware. So, running into the match, Celtic are on a hot streak of form, and I'll tell you what, even with the bank of injuries we've got, which we'll go over later, we are still, grinding out these wins. And 5 league matches, 5 wins. That's our form in the league and in all competitions as well. 5 matches, 5 wins. We are kicking on very, very well despite this growing number of players on the bench. And look, I think we're doing well, but we're not doing amazingly because we still sit second on the ladder, and second is not first, which is only thing that we will take as Celtic fans. Albeit this season we're still in a rebuild, so second isn't terrible, but the way we've been performing, it's starting to grow in fans' minds that we can easily achieve, maybe not easily, but we could certainly achieve first place this year, and it should be a realistic outcome for the boys. As for the county, and they have, they've risen off the bottom of the ladder. Fair play to them. They may only be ahead by goals scored because their goal difference is equal to St Johnstone and they're on equal points, but still, they are not on the bottom, which, I have to give them credit for, because the last few matches, they've been grinding out some results. They've picked up 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss in their last 5 matches. So it's very good for manager Malky Mackay. He must be very impressed with the lads. And they sit second last. But we all know teams who sit bottom of the ladder are sometimes more dangerous than the ones that are closer to Celtic. But as for injuries and suspensions, now Ross County appear to be only having 1 player who's in doubt, which is very lucky for them. I wish I could say the same about Celtic, but we obviously can't. Regardless, Ross County, I think it's a midfielder, Connor Randall. I'm not sure what position he plays, to be honest with you guys, but he's been sick or something. Now, manager Malky Mackay has said that he'll have to assess Randall before the match, so he's literally the only player in doubt for the Ross County, and I don't know, we'll have to wait and see who else. That's how we know for who they're going to be out for. Now, as for the Celts, and look, we've got a growing injury list that we can't hide from it. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me read out the list of names who are going to be missing our matches, but we got to do it regardless. So, Celtic are without Christopher Julien, Karamoko Dembele, Jota, Albion Ayeti, Georgios Giacomakis. Jamesy Forrest is a new addition to the list. It's expected he won't play. There's like a 2% chance he will. Mikey Johnston, a bit of a niggle, but he is more than likely to play. Then we've also got Kyogo, which, breaks my heart. But this isn't a love story. This is a football preview. So, into the predicted lineup we go. And with the news that no one is actually returning from injury for this match, and the addition of, Jamesy Forrest's injury, I think Ange will try and play a relatively similar lineup to what he did against Motherwell, I think. But we may have to improvise on some positions. So, working our way from the back, I have got Joe Hart in goals. Then Juranovic at right back, Carl Starfelt and Cameron Carter-Vickers as the 2 centre-backs. No room for Welsh, you'd have to say. I think Starfelt and Carter-Vickers have proven that they are the 2 men to lead Celtic at the back. Then at left back, we got Greg Taylor. I think maybe Greg Taylor gets another game before the League Cup final. I'm not sure what happens there with Juranovic and Ralston, but I think Taylor stays in the team just for this match. Then into the midfield triangle of dreams, which I like to call it. McGregor as the CDM. David Turnbull at box-to-box. Then we have the Wizard of Oz at cam. Special mention to Rogic, I must say, or the little Messi, as Juranovic calls him. Something that went unnoticed is that he actually played the full 90 against Motherwell, which for a player who's dealing with injuries and deals with a lot of fitness problems, that is very, very impressive from him. Hopefully this match he gets an early mark if Celtic do end up leading convincingly towards the end, but we'll have to wait and see as the game goes on. Then into the front three, we all know it's going to be extremely makeshift. You'd have to think, you know, a B team player like Owen Moffat is going to get a start here, but Ange is really reluctant to bring him into this team. Maybe he doesn't want to put the pressure on the lads, which is understandably so, but still, I think it's time to call on them. However, knowing Ange, I think he will stick with first team players, so I'm going with Ewan Henderson as the left winger. Mikey Johnston will overcome his little niggle, I'm pretty sure, and he'll go down the middle. Then we have Abada on the right wing. It's makeshift, it's scrappy, it's whatever you want to call it, to be honest, but it will have to do. But that leads us into our final score prediction. And I must say, I'm nervous. I'm more nervous than I was for the Motherwell game because Celtic are travelling to Dingwall and we're playing against a team that could very easily lock down, you know, 11 men for the full 90 minutes. And it could be a match in which we really, like a Livingston-esque match where we really fail to open up the opposition. In saying this though, Celtic could also go out there and wipe the floor with Ross County. They're both possibilities, but they're both very realistic possibilities. Neither one seem too far-fetched. So, looking at the weaknesses of Ross County, and they're very big on leaking goals. You know, their defence isn't very strong. We put 3 past them in, I can't remember what month it was, after the international break. At some point, we put 3 past them. Albion Ayeti scored a brace against them. And if Albion Ayeti is scoring a brace against one of these teams, you know it's probably not the hardest thing in the world to score goals. But regardless, we did have Jota in the team that day, and he was a very great attacking outlet. So, yeah, you know, I'm not sure how it will look, but look, they're very good at scoring goals and, you know, it compensates for their lack of defense. So that's why their goal difference isn't that atrocious because, you know, they've scored enough goals to make up for the fact that they've conceded so many. So, look, like the Motherwell game, it could be a blessing in disguise in which the fact that we're versing one of the worst defensive teams in the league. So goals may come much easier than it would against a lot of other teams. However, you know, I think even with you know a defense that isn't the best in the league, we still don't have. I don't think it will be an issue creating chances. I think that won't be easy. I think it will be very hard to finish them off because we don't really have any quality finishers in that front three. And you know, even Rogic is capable of missing 1 or 2 here and there. David Turnbull doesn't get the best of opportunities, but you know, when he gets them, he usually makes the most of them. However, that front three that I predicted, it isn't the best of front threes, and it hasn't got that quality finish that players like Kyogo have, Jota have, and James Forrest have. So we'll have, saying that James Forrest missed a sitter against the Well, but you know, that is what it is. But look, I think maybe we get an early goal, maybe we hold possession for the rest of the match, because honestly, taking a scrappy 3 points, it is 3 points at the end of the day. You know, whether we win scrappy, whether we win beautiful, whether we win mediocrely. Mediocrely? Maybe that's a word. Maybe it isn't. Who knows? But when, you know, a team's got this many injuries, it doesn't matter how we get the 3 points. We have to get the 3 points. And you can't complain. Regardless if we play terrible, if we get the 3 points, you know, looking at the injuries we have, you have to take it. You have to, you know, we got to get through the bad times, which is what we're going through right now. And look, I guess the only other thing we want from this match is everyone to get out with a clean bill of health. And you know, if we lead into this League Cup final with more injuries, well, I'm going to be... look, to put it this way, I'm not going to be sleeping easy the night before. It's going to be an even rougher sleep than it is right now with all these other injury doubts going into it. So, look, as far as predictions go, I can see Celtic going into a low-scoring match. I don't think Ross County will really ever get any good chances on goals, but I can't see Celtic, you know, having that much of a quality finish on show tonight. And I think... You know, I think, like I said, we won't struggle to create opportunities. The struggle will be to finish them. So, look, for saying this, I think we're going to go for a 1-0 win. I think it's going to be a match where Celtic, we get a lucky, maybe not a lucky, but we get a goal some way. And then I think for the rest of the match, it's going to be Celtic holding possession, you know, passing it around, creating more opportunities. But I don't think we'll ever again find, you know, the back of the net. So, that's what I'm going for. I'm going for 1-0. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully we can blow Ross County out of the park. I'd love to see it. I'd love to reward myself by waking up early with an absolute pumpage of Ross County. But a win's a win, like I've been saying. So that is all from me. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop in the comments below your score predictions. And until next time, hail, hail.